Good evening, everyone. Today we are at Manthan's 20th episode, and I, Hetal Desai, welcome the keynote speaker, panelist, the audience, and HEMA Foundation staff to HEMA Foundation. Today's topic will be moderated by Dr. Nagpal Singh, Academic Director of HEMA Foundation, and also a renowned researcher on cognitive intelligence. The topic being helping children to connect with the present moment. We'll have Sri Ashokji Kamal as keynote speaker, and as panelists, we have Ms. Usha Pujari, Dr. Dubey, and Dr. Iyer. We again welcome you on this platform. Typically, how the session is going to go, I'll just give you a brief idea how it is going to be. Dr. Nagpal ji is going to introduce the keynote speaker and the panelists. And thereafter, they will be given their allotted time to put across their points. And afterwards, it will end by a very beautiful poetry by Anita Maheshwari, our creative director. And of course, she also today will give you an idea about our foundation day on 25th of June, which we're having this day after tomorrow. So I request Nagpal ji to start the session. Thank you. Nagpal ji can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Actually, I was supposed to get unmuted by Arvind.
Oh, okay.
What a world we have entered in. Anyway, thank you so much, Hetalji, for the primary information you have provided. As the layout also had been explained by you, I, from the bottom of my heart, welcome all the panelists and all the audience connected today on this very vital brainstorming session, Manthan. This is the 20th, as told by Hetalji, of our first series. And the topic today itself is very challenging before us. Before I go on to further deliberations, let me first come with the introduction part. Ladies and gentlemen, we are blessed by this entire HEMA Foundation and it's the value education program by the vision, or I should say by the visionary man, Shri Mahendraji Kabra. He's a managing trustee of HEMA Foundation. And followed by, we have Madam Anita Maheshwari. She's a budding poet and very creative person, has got very sweet sound and had got an in-depth analogy of the things. I welcome Anita ji on this platform.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nagpal, and I welcome you all. Manthan, ये मंथन नाम का जो विचार आया था जब इस सीरीज को हमने शुरू किया, तो मंथन इसीलिए था कि एक हमने सुना है समुद्र मंथन। तो जब समुद्र मंथन किया गया तो उसमें से बहुत सारी चीजें बाहर आई, क्योंकि अगर मंथन नहीं होता तो शायद वो सब हमें नहीं मिलता जो मिला, जो हमने पाया। तो ये मंथन भी हमने इसीलिए रखा इसका नाम, और कि एक जो वैचारिक क्रांति हम फैलाना चाहते थे आप सब लोगों के माध्यम से। और सच में मुझे लगता है आज इस हेम मंथन का इस वर्ष का ये लास्ट सीरीज है, पर इस हेम मंथन में हमने जो वैचारिक क्रांति लाई है आप सभी लोगों की वजह से, सभी लोगों के विचारों से, वो बहुत अद्भुत है, जिसके लिए कोई शब्द नहीं हमारे पास कि हमने कितना कुछ गेन किया, कितना कुछ आप लोगों के अनुभवों से हमने सीखा, कितना कुछ आपके विचारों से हमने नई चीजों को अडॉप्ट किया। सो थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू। और इसी तरीके से आप हमें हमेशा सहयोग देते रहिए। पर इसी सीरीज में मैं लास्ट में बताऊं, मुझे लग रहा है उसके पहले मैं स्टार्ट में ही आप लोगों को बता देती हूँ कि इसी सीरीज का एक हम स्पेशल एपिसोड 30 जून को करेंगे, तो उसका बाकी डिटेल मैं आपको बाद में बताऊंगी। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, Anita ji. You know, raising the thrust and quenching a bit. It was a wonderful words from you. I'll move on to another family member of HEMA Foundation, is a renowned psychologist and a great leader, TEDx speaker, Dr. Chinu Agarwal, who has not joined yet, but whenever she joins, if could Arvind remind me, I will bring her to the light. Then we have Madam Ravi Vijayam. We are delighted to see her after a pretty long time and the victorious, the battle she has gone through. Dr. Ravi Vijayam is an Associate Academic Director of HEMA Foundation and an academician of parlance, a great speaker. We welcome Vijayam ma'am.
Namaste and welcome to each one of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Then we have Madam Sipra, who is a trustee of HEMA Foundation and a very prominent member of HEMA Foundation team.
Nakaji, welcome you all. Hey, Manthan.
Thank you, Shipraji. Then we have our Hetal Desai. I mean, like the backbone of keeping us all together, getting us everybody informed about whatever the updations, and a very proficient activity trainer she is. I welcome Hetal ji here.
Thank you, Nagpalji. Welcome to him Manthan again.
Thank you. Are we having Rajiv ji? Rajiv
No,
ji?
he's not available right now. He'll be joining shortly.
Okay, so that was the family of HEMA Foundation. Now let me come to the introduction of today's speakers. Our keynote speaker today is Mr. Ashok Kamal, whom I had an opportunity to interact before the session, and I'm literally thrilled by his opinions. So, Agaz aisa hai to andaz kaisa hoga? That is a kind of thing we are having. He is a chairman of Orient Regions Limited, an entrepreneur with more than 47 years of experience. He's also an active sportsman who's currently developing a business around knowledge. He's the president of IIT Kanpur Alumni Association, 1998 to 2000. Sir, we are extremely delighted to have you there. HEMA Foundation welcomes you. Thank you so much, sir. Then we are in company with Madam Usha Pujari. She is a secondary coordinator at Ramaratna International School, has got around 12 years of experience in teachings. Her biology subject, and she's got a very good experience of administrations at school. Madam Usha, we are delighted to have you with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. It's my privilege to be here, and I thank HEMA Foundation for giving me this opportunity to put forward my ideas on the topic, and looking forward for an enriching session. Thank you very much.
We too, looking, ma'am. Then we are having Dr. I.P. Dubey. He is a principal of Disa Delphi Public School, Kota, Rajasthan. A visionary leader offering around 22 years of experience in teaching, academic administration, driving educational excellence. He is acclaimed proficiency in developing all aspects of startup school. So we are delighted to have you at the same Manthan HEMA Foundation.
Thank you very much. Yeah, certainly I will move forward for this topic. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thanks so much. Then we have Dr. Ambujam Iyer. She is a facilitator and a trainer in education. She's been member of course committee of MA Education, Ascendity Women's University. She's for the NAC accreditation of Teachers Education Institution, All India Association of Doctor of Philosophy, among the new others. It's great to, this is coincidental, ma'am. I was just reading what is philosophy today, and I got a totally new definition of philosophy today. We are delighted to have you on this platform, ma'am. All right, so that was the introduction of our panelists today, and now let me open the platform. I was just surfing through, and I can tell you about myself. When I start to find information A, I end up with information Z. That much of information is available. I mean, like we are the civilization which is living into an onslaught and inundated bombardment of the information. I come from the field of cognitive psychology, which really goes contrary that we can maintain an equanimity with that amount of information which is flourishing in. But yes, I do come from the streams of individual achievements and individual persona of getting control over within themselves. We can see in our society today the children's are literally over-informed. And within themselves, they are not. I remember एक शायर के शब्द मुझे याद आते हैं कि हरदम तलाशे गैर में रहता है आदमी, डरता है कहीं खुद से मुलाकात नहीं हो जाए. So today's our topic is somewhat like that itself. कि how can we talk to ourselves? How can we introduce ourselves to us? Can there be anything which will diminish the definition of I and self? And this is very, 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 I should say it's an quintessential for our today's generations. Of course, the coming one and with us also. It's very pertinent topic that helping children to connect with their present moment. So without any ado further, I would straight away invite Sri Ashok Ji Kamal to have his insight that how can we help those children to stay with themselves? In search of more, they are losing themselves. And this is really needed today. So
May I interrupt, Nagpal ji? May I interrupt here?
Please.
Nagpal ji, Chinu ma'am has come.
Okay. So Arvind ji, could you please spotlight Dr. Chinu? We are delighted to have her with us. Dr. Chinu, as I told you, a psychologist of the great parlance and a prolific speaker and a perfect mind, which I always use whenever I introduce her. Welcome, Dr. Chinu.
Unmute yourself, Dr. Chinu ji. Unmute.
Thank you so much. Delighted to be here on time, just before Ashok ji speaks. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And looking forward for the session.
Sure. So Ashok sir, straight away, the floor is yours.
Am I audible first of all?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you so much, चीनू जी. आपने मुझे फंसा दिया यहाँ पे, और एक इतने सारे एकेडमिक्स हैं, इतने लोग क्वालिफाइड हैं. मेरा तो जो एक्सपोजर साइकोलॉजी को वो वही है कि हमारे आईआईटी में एवरी सेमेस्टर वी हैड टू डू अ कोर्स इन ह्यूमैनिटीज. So I think I did 2 courses in psychology out of those 10 semesters because ours was a 5-year. So Baki, I can only say that whatever knowledge I have of children is from my parenting and my grandparenting as a dada and as a keen observer of human behavior. So please excuse me, I am in a, what should I say, बहुत सारी बिल्लियों के बीच में एक अकेला कबूतर हूं मैं यहाँ पे. So please forgive me for not being a professional psychologist or a teacher, but I hope you will like my views, because I believe in one thing. Abhi, before we started this program, we did a small Saraswati Puja. So मैं तो माँ सरस्वती से ही पूजा कर रहा हूँ कि whatever I say makes sense to all of you. तो लोग कहते हैं कि सरस्वती जुबान पे बैठी रहती है. So this is what my humble
Ashok ji sir, can I say something before you start?
Sure.
जी, आपको हमने फंसाया जरूर है, चाहे चीनू मैम हो या हम हो, तो फंसते हैं तब मंथन होता है, और जब मंथन होगा तो पक्का से कुछ ना कुछ अमृत निकलेगा. तो हमें तो लग रहा है कि हमें आज कामधेनु मिलने वाली है. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Could you have my presentation put up? Then I straight get to the point.
Yes, Arvind ji, जरा presentation आगे चालू कीजिए.
Yeah, this is what I thought was appropriate. I think if it, full screen, great. So I said, instead of getting into the need for connecting with the child, with the present moment, I think we should get to know how we should connect to the child, the practical aspect of it. Because I think all of us agree on this issue, कि उसको present moment में तो connect करना है. But then in the second way, if you look at it, the child as such, what I have understood, he is very connected to the present. He never thinks about the past or the future. And in fact, it is we who have to connect to that child. So this is my first opening remark. And in my parenting, when I used to go for the parent-teacher meeting, so there used to be a psychologist. And this thought always used to come to, I'm just repeating what she said. She said, they are never really problem children. They're always problem parents. So I don't know this experience. I think the other panelists can throw some light on this, on this is what I have found, and I also agree with this issue to a great extent, that the problem is the parents and the elders connecting with the child. So you as teachers, you as very, very learned people, I think, know this much better than me. But I have realized that this is an issue. Now, I think the first issue is, are we able to reduce ourselves, remove our ego, and go to their age levels? So why I'm saying this is because I find the child is able to relate very much better to people of his age, or just above his age or below his age. Because one, they are of his size, one, they think in the same way, and one, they are able to communicate hugely with those people. So this is what I have found for the first point. Second is division of attention. Excuse me for the typographical error. In them, I put a double M. I couldn't correct it. I just realized it when I opened up the presentation. So unless we go full attention to them, most of the time in the parenting, I find that the parent is multitasking. He's struggling with something. He's doing something else. He is not able to give quality time to the child. If he is able to give quality time, total attention to what they want, what they are doing, I think we will be able to connect to their present moment very much more easily. So this is very, very important. When we are interacting with a child, I think we should switch off from all other tasks, all other issues, and just pay total attention to what he's saying, what he's doing. The third is engaging in their playfulness. So this is again lead off, because I learned from my two great granddaughters. You see, with your children, of course, I gave him a lot of time. Own children, I have just one child, one son, and he has two granddaughters. One of them is now 9, the younger one, and the elder one is 12. So I learned from them also. So once when she was about 2-3 years old and she could speak, she made a remark कि आजकल तो आप मेरे साथ खेलते भी नहीं हो, आप मेरे साथ पहले दौड़ते थे, आप पहले मेरे साथ छुपन छुपाई खेलते थे, आप पकड़न पकड़ाई खेलते थे. So children also look forward to the adults, that they are engaging with them, they are part of their play scene. So for this reason, this is again because I learned from my wife also hugely. We were very keen that we get our son married early. So when he was 23, we got him engaged. By 24, we got him married. Unfortunately, we lost our first grandson. So otherwise, he would have been 16 years old today. But the main reason was that we should be in a fit, healthy state so that we could play with our grandchildren, we could interact with them. So luckily, we've been able to do that. And I was engaging with Dr. Nagpal Singh and Hetalji. Fortunately, we've lived in a joint family. So till about 2.5 years ago, my mother was also there. So the children had the advantage of their great-grandmother also. She passed away at 92.5. So there was a huge amount of interaction that was there. And the children would go to her to learn embroidery, to learn cooking. They would peel peas with them. So these kind of interactions today are missing. The children are either playing video games, they hardly play games outside. So one good thing in this engaging in their playfulness that we have done is about 2.5 years ago, in March of 2018, we got our cable TV connection disconnected.
Okay.
And I have seen that the quality of life that my grandchildren are leading is huge. One, they have not become couch potatoes. The elder granddaughter plays football. She was we are all 3 products of modern school of Parakhamba Road, Delhi. 3 generations into it now. And she's in the football team. She was the best goalkeeper on the football of the top schools of Delhi. She's a swimmer. She does yoga. Both the children are learning Kathak in this lockdown. So huge dimensions of activities have opened up. And they are into arts and fine crafts and everything. So they interact with the grandmother. दादी के साथ ही सोते हैं, दादी के साथ जागते हैं, दादी के साथ, दादी is the real mother. So many times she remarks कि देवकी ने जन्म दे दिया और मैं यशोदा बन के इन दोनों को पाल रही हूँ. So their bedroom, their clothes, everything, the almirahs are in the dadi's room. I teach them also. So, you know, we have to find time, because the parents on today's date, they are so busy engaging in their own professions, in their own activities. So I think it's a boon that these two children are getting quality time from the grandparents who are able to adjust the time. Not that I don't have other activities to do, but they don't take precedence as far as the grandchildren are concerned. So my first attention, if they have exams, I've got up at even 5 o'clock in the morning to teach my elder granddaughter. And they are doing well in school because of that reason, academically also. Okay, the next point, I think, most of the time when the children ask questions, we are either irritated, or if we don't know the answer, we just try to avoid that entire situation. Fortunately, my knowledge levels are high. So I listen to the child very carefully, because, you know, their vocabulary is limited. In that, you have to understand what are they trying to say. So if you can give the answer with joy and with a gleam in your eyes, it is a great thing. With happiness, you have to communicate with them and not with irritation. क्यों सवाल पूछ रहा है? क्या तू अपना दिमाग खाएगा क्या? नहीं पता आपको answer. I think much better that we go and consult an encyclopedia or the Wikipedia that is there. We are unfortunately or fortunately from that age when Encyclopedia Britannica gave us all the answers. Those 26 or 30 volumes were there. And then there was an update that used to come. So we would go to the library, and many times we would have that general knowledge, bets between us people that you're wrong on facts.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. You should be able to source your knowledge. Okay. Not believe Google search totally. You should be able to verify that and then give them the correct picture. Don't just believe in Wikipedia, because Wikipedia has these issues that anybody can put the knowledge stream there, wrong knowledge stream. So I want to caution people on this. Then I think the children understand body language very much better than everything. So the spoken word is there, but we have to be very, very careful of the body language that we are expressing. So they can see through the truth very, very clearly. Then exemplary behavior pattern. You know, we as adults are not good role models. We have to live what we preach. So there was this mentor of mine who's no more. मेरे पिताजी के बोले बड़े भाई थे. He was from Karnataka, and he was an architect basically. So when I became a parent, on his table when we used to go, we spent a lot of summer holidays in Bangalore. On his table there was a saying which sticks to my mind, and why I'm saying this exemplary behavior pattern. That saying said, start climbing the stairs that you want your children to climb. First, you emulate and set those examples and show that that will be done. 8th point is teaching the 3 R's is okay. We have to do that. That's part of the learning. But I think meditation must be taught. I'm saying this from my experience because we are all meditators, and we put our 2 grandchildren, including my son at the age of about 8, into meditation. Okay. These 2 grandchildren, they've seen us meditating. We have put them into meditation at the age of 2, 2.5. So if they could sit for 5 minutes, it was fine. But now they're able to sit for half an hour or something, and it has really helped them in the studies. Then, of course, our yogic asanas, which are basic of the Ashtanga Yoga, which help them in concentration. You see, at this age, young age, it is easier to slip in these ideas. And this will help them connect with the present moment. So just to share this April, starting from 7th of April, the entire family but me was struck with COVID. Now, we were very, very aware what is to be done. No paracetamols, no antibiotics, Forget about steroids. We treated at home, including the two grandchildren, and their schools were going on till about 16th, 17th of April, till there was a lockdown. And with the problem of COVID, they were attending to their schools also. So this is the power that I wanted to say of meditation and yoga and being present. And then I think we must inculcate this attitude of gratitude right from the childhood, which is very, very important. So then they will realize the values of life and how to connect with the present moment, because ups and downs are going to come. But if they can be in the present and they can think out those tools that are there, because every generation has faced new challenges. We also in our childhood faced challenges. The generation previous also faced challenges of the World War or the Spanish flu, so many other things that have happened. The partition of the country, or I faced the 84 riots, all of us have faced that, or the Kargil war, or the 62 war, or the 71 war. So with these remarks, I think I would let the experts take over. These were the layman's remarks and my feelings that was there.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
I've stuck to the time schedules.
Yeah. Thank you so much. In fact, you have in a very systematic manner put that how could you avoid the distractions the children should not have in their life. Very rightly. And I really admire the way you have completed your parenting and educated your son to get parenting. I mean, like it was a lesson for one and everyone here that it is up to the parenting, it is up to us and our society that can really help children grow better, healthier, and happier. Perfect, wonderful remarks and wonderful insights. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now I would invite Madam Usha Pujari to have her opinions on how can we help children to remain connected with their present moment. Madam Usha Pujari.
Yeah. Namaste to everyone. And thank you for this platform. And thank you, Ashok sir, for giving an insightful view on mindfulness from your experiences. It was truly enriching. And being present-minded is very vital to lead a healthy and happy life. And learning mindfulness at a young age will help children to live more balanced lives. It will help them to be more aware of their emotions, improve their concentration, and lead grateful lives. So I think for this, so many reasons, teaching children to connect with the present is very important, because it also cultivates resilience and help them to cope up with the anxiety and stress which they face in the future when they go for higher studies, job. I mean, today's world is so competitive. So I think teaching children at a young age to be mindful, to be aware of their emotion is very, very important. And I believe that practices for being mindful should not be limited to one period per week or once in a while. It should be a daily practice. It should be a school culture, so that students develop this habit of being mindful, and eventually it becomes their character to be mindful. So the most important thing is we need to practice it in school. When we want them to connect with the present, we have to make them, I would say that it should not be only preaching, it should be practicing daily. And when I say school culture, it means everyone working in the school follows these practices daily. हम बोलते हैं ना, अब बच्चे बड़ों को देख के सीखते हैं. So I would say that children observe, follow, and learn from their environment. So it is our duty as educators to provide a mindful environment to them, so that they learn to connect with the present, they enjoy the moment, they grab the opportunities they get in the present moment instead of just dwelling in the past or worrying about the future. So I would share my experiences through the practices we conduct in my school, Ram Ratna International School. We practice many activities where we try to help children connect with the present. We practice Alpaviram, that is 3 minutes of silent break daily. There is a fixed time where the bell goes and the whole school, yes, the whole school, even the visitors, they just pause. I think it's very important. Stop, pause. That is the first thing of mindfulness, uh, to uh, to spend me time, to reflect, to think about yourself. So I think this we I know 3 minutes is very less, but through the from the busy schedule, we try that at least 3 minutes they practice this Alpaviram, and they give me time. And after 3 minutes, teachers discuss with the students, because reflection is also very important. Whether the students are going in the right direction, whether they are thinking in the right direction, whether they are understanding the importance of it. So we have everyday celebration in our school. Each day is a celebration. So each day, each moment of the present is special and should be happy for the children. Children should each enjoy each moment of theirs in the school, right? It should be happy. They should enjoy it. They should cherish the moments they have spent in school. So each day is a celebration. So we have Marvelous Monday, where teachers and the students and all the staff, they dance dance away the Monday blues. So here they get the time to connect with the teachers, with each other, with the peers. And then we have Appreciation Tuesday, we have Smiley Wednesday, then we have Thank You Thursday, Forgiveness Friday, Express Saturday, and Service Sunday. So these practices provide a platform to the children to express themselves, to connect with the present, to live each moment, make them aware of their emotion, allow them to express their feelings, connect with the peers, teachers.
I do have to remind you, ma'am, we are running short of time. Could you sum up?
Yes, sure. So I would just like to speak about one incident when we talk about Thank You Thursday. Every Thursday, we pay gratitude, and we have 30 plus prayers written by us. So it is for teachers, parents, Mother Soil, Mother Earth, Soil, everyone. And here, like last Thursday, we had conducted a prayer dedicated to parents. And then after that, we had asked the students to share one or two qualities which they would like to imbibe from their parents, and students shared it. And then we asked the students, did they share it with their parents? And the answer was no. That is what we take everything for granted. We should be grateful. So I think expressing is also connecting to the present. So it's very important that students express themselves. So as a final note, I would say that as educators, as teachers, first we need to practice mindfulness, because children will follow us. It should be a school culture, so that we can develop them into a compassionate and confident individual, so that they can balance past, present, and future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The plethora of activities your school is having, it's a remarkable thing. And if may I ask, ma'am, have you ever analyzed the impact of these activities in children's life?
Yes, sir. We have been, because
great. I mean, like, that's all I wanted to. If you have done,
yes. We do that because reflection and analyzing is very important when we do this.
We are doing a lot of things, but the only thing we analyzed at our HEMA Foundation, HEMvirtues.com, we started 9 value series. So we, we developed a system that before those 9 values, where the children stand, and after those 9 values, Dr. Chinu has done a great deep research into the psychometric approach of the children. So it gives you an insight. And if you are only doing activities and not having analytical or review part of it, then some time in this. But anyway, I appreciate that your school is looking after that as well. Thank you so much. I would call upon Dr. I.P. Dubey to have his insights on how to keep children connected with our present moment.
Yeah, thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir.
Clear.
Yeah, it is a platform from where we can give the actual experiences, whatever we have in our education line, or in home, or in any other practical aspects. Here I am to explain actually the meaning of connect. Really, the topic has been given a very versatile nature. Connect is the versatile. Means if we start connecting anything, even then it is a living or non-living, but there is a connection is very important. When the connection is good, so there are two possibilities. The connection may be weak or the connection is the bad. The connection is weak, then we can make it strong to give some factors. If the connection is not good, bad, that is a different matter. So I am here actually as a principal of a school, DDBS, but I would like to just emphasize the matter related to in this pandemic situation, whatever the situation has been faced by the parents with their kids, with their children. That topic will be absolutely fit on that. So the mind of a child is full of curiosity and doubts when he comes across something new. If we let them explore, it is open all possibilities which can realize the original nature of the everything. Now, our children are connected and attached to us. Sometimes that attachment is extremely high, and it seems like that they just want our attention all the time. Whether it's actually, I'm taking the very practical example, whether it's an infant's cry or elder son endlessly talking about the task and toddlers needing extra attention because they get bored. I'm not here to explain about the infant what they have problem, but when they get bored from their monotonous and stereotype activities, means here it is not a time to explain for that. Now it is a time to get connected with them and listen to their problems and interest. Being present with your children is one of the most important and valuable gifts you can give them. Your time, your heart, and your full attention are all precious gifts. Now, I'm coming actually in the pandemic time. In pandemic, in pandemic time, through online classes, only study, no physical activity, no outings, no outdoor sports, only study. So what happened? Created irritation, frustration, loneliness. Therefore, it was very difficult for the parents to help children to connect in the present moment. Now, here are some, I would like to emphasize some very important factor by that. There may be a strong connection can be created in the present situation with the children and the parents. I'm absolutely talking about when the child is in the home in this situation. The school is one part. We are giving all, whatever we have a different kind of relation, connectivity, we are providing that. But in the home, what are the important factors? Number one, not I'm giving the number. Now, connection, how to start the connection? Reverse the order you do things. Writing, drawing, eating, playing with opposite hand. At that time, the child will start connecting and try to make a self feeling that, okay, now I can do something extra, and he will connect with the situation and he will enjoy. Recognize the books, cover it, arrange in the almirah, taking out and just arranging means connectivity with the present. Means suppose the child has get bored with the present system, so he can get the time. Pay attention to full experience of walking and breathing and changing up the routine, whatever the routine he has. Suppose I am very specialized here only that the pandemic situation, what actually the parents are facing the problem. I think this topic is actually, according to me, because I make a thought that it must be related for all my parents and those who are students, they are here involved and attached, are looking up this situation. So, and change up the routine. And the most important part is earlier time, certainly we all, sir, Ashok sir also told that, okay, there are many games, very interesting games we played. And that at that time, it was not a time factor. After playing games, all routines has been said that, okay, now you have to go for outing for the playing, then after you have to come to home for the study. So that is A to Z game. I'm not here giving the name A to Z means playing cards, chess, whatever the small games. There are many, many games to interact, to connect amongst those who are in the family, parents, and the kids, those who are. And periodically, it is again very important kind of activity. Periodically stop and smile. Means it is a matter of looking, means how to feel the self-satisfaction, happiness. Smile and stop and take a deep breath. Watch nature is again very, suppose they are inside the home, even then they can just go out to find out the nature, just feel the connectivity with the living things. And celebrate tiny joys. And the most important part is identify the moment self, that where am I, what is around me, and what noises do I hear. Make mindfulness practice. Now, I would like to come to the very important point here. And by that, we can find out actual relation of the parents with the students and with their children can get the best and most and more connectivity. If you have children or young relatives, spend more time with them and then learn from them, play more, relax, and do nothing sometimes, means absolute relax. Again, it is a kind of connectivity with the family. And don't take yourself too seriously. When sometimes something happened wrong, something is happened, yeah, after immediate, don't be serious for that. Just make a give the time. Okay, now just try to understand, just try to find out what is the actual meaning of that. Follow your dreams, forgive people, and don't set concrete goals with a specific time frame. Take the pressure off. Means nowadays the parents absolutely for the academic relief. I am here because I am listening and I am facing the problem every time for the 1 mark. If the child has the not getting 1 mark less, is getting 95, it was 96 or 95 for 1 mark, the parents are fighting for that, they are arguing for that, but it is a different kind of pressure for the students and the children. And again, there are many good, as Ashok sir also told that, and their kids, sons, daughters are doing exercise like that, dancing, singing. There are many things to interact. Practice meditation is very important. Be silly, laugh more. Spend time with the friends if you have. Suppose you are not able to go out. I'm absolutely here concentrate on the pandemic situation. When you have time, there is no problem for the connectivity in general. But it is the situation we are facing that how can we connect when we are in the family part? How can we find the connection? And
humble reminders, sir. We are running short of time from the side.
Sir, 2 minutes, 1 minute only.
Sure.
Spend time with the friends, just have fun and do something hands-on. Even then, in the home, there are many things for the making in the home, cooking, handcraft. Earlier, we always used to that something is some material has been wasted, how to just try to do something. Be open to challenging your mind. Don't get stuck with the same beliefs. Learn a few methods to avoid stress. So I would like to summation of all these my points is that connectivity is very important amongst the children with the parents. Then when the connection is very strong, it will reflect outside in a very positive attitude. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. In fact, with some solutions, you put up on certain challenges also. Like an individual parent has to do certain activities with their left hand, which might be, judged by the students that you are incapable of.
So
because it's a creativity.
Again, this is optional.
Thank you so much, sir. I would call Dr. Ambujam Iyer to have her insights, please. You are at mute, ma'am.
Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Good evening and namaste to all of you. I thank HAIM Foundation for giving me this opportunity to present my views. Though my views may be little on the harder side, meaning I'm an educator and not very much close to psychology. I did teach in a school, say about 40 years back, 1975 or so. Okay. And then for a few years, for a couple of years, and since 1985, I have been only teaching adults. I was in a training college. So my experiences at the grassroots level with children per se will be few. I'll be more on the technical side, and I hope you bear with it. I do have grandchildren, and I have been there along with them when they were having their classroom sessions. It's not that I'm totally not in contact, but then having taught adults for a number of years, my experiences are of little different kind, and I've been a retired educator for quite some time.
I'm sorry, ma'am. If may I remind you that your position with the camera is not in the center. Yeah. Fine.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, here it goes.
Am I okay now? Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. We are talking about the present situation, and it brings me back to the pandemic. This pandemic was more like a tsunami, a volcano with a lot of eruptions, and it has disturbed every individual and every aspect of life. Narrowing down to the educational system, we have seen that the education system and its dynamic processes have also been largely affected. And the maximum has been with the stakeholders. By stakeholders, I mean the learners,
Students,
the children, the teachers, the parents, the boards, etc., etc. Unfortunately, we took the support of virtual learning, and there has been a big paradigm shift in our approach to education. We have moved from the traditional orthodox system of education, the pedagogical system of education, to virtual online learning. Now, this has brought forth a number of challenges. And I'm not going to touch upon the challenges, but a few of them, of course, which are going to impact lives of the children. So my talk will be focused more for the stakeholders, the parents, the teachers. Now, when we look at only one point I would like to emphasize here, there's a lot of flexibility in this online learning. And I start with flexibility because when you look at flexibility in learning, we have synchronous learning and asynchronous learning. And we are more tuned to synchronous learning. That's learning just like how we learn in a school with a schedule, a distinct timetable, a process which follows certain norms. So we are limited or scaffolded into this. So I'm going to touch upon this type of learning. What I would like to add here is we come with a lot of apprehension, especially when there is an obstacle, a turmoil, a situation that's adverse, which affects us. There are a lot of apprehensions, there are a lot of negativity, there are a lot of anxiety, stress, etc. And our body language comes through very clearly. So one thing as parents or teachers, at least in front of our children, we need to display a positive attitude, a positive mindset. And, sitting with a child when he is having his online class, holding his shoulder, bringing him closer to you, talking to him kindly, make him understand the nuances of online learning. And if he's failing to grasp it, being patient with him, because this has brought a lot of impatience in parents and teachers alike. So positive attitude in the entire setting is of crucial importance. The child is through the day, during school hours and afterwards. He is playing, he is using his devices. So there needs to be constant monitoring in the classroom time as well as outside. And there's one thing which I find very important, and I face these problems with my grandchildren too. They take advantage of the devices, they extend their playtime, they may enter sites which are not suitable for them, and they may land in trouble there. So one needs to keep monitoring the kids.
Okay.
We need to be smiling throughout. Yes, as I told you, we are under stress. The home becomes a charged environment because the home turns into an office. And so the space gets limited. The environment is not very conducive. artificial smiles, yes, to bring about joy with the limited space, the devices that we have, the connectivities we have. All these are challenges for us. And in all these, stresses, we need to put our selves in a good manner. Our disposition, our body language should be very, very positive to the children. Often I find intervention from parents. When I was sitting with my granddaughter, this is one thing I found. Parents interfering a lot when the teacher is trying to put forth a concept or an idea or showing a video, and then dictating sometimes to the child so that the child answers the teacher's questions. So such interventions demotivate the child, irritates the teachers, and they are not very happy with the situation. So as teachers, I think, and as parents, we need to respect this distance, and teachers need to instruct parents to see that minimum intervention from their end follows. One very good thing I would like to say in this connection is whenever teaching takes place, provide good feedback. Yes, sir.
Please allow me to come in, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with you that in the present scenario, how it is empirical for us to take care of the pandemic situations and this all. But the point is like, how can we keep children in their present moment? I mean, like, how can we help them have less distractions? I may understand that the parents' interventions while the online classes are going on are not healthy, are not desirous. But the crux of this talk is like, what should we as a parent, what should we as a teacher, what should we as an educator should look into, that where we can help children stay calm, stay away from distractions. As you pointed out, that monitoring of the mobile phones and another supervisions are definitely necessary. But the question comes, how? Yes, ma'am.
Probably, we can introduce to them the norms of learning. What is this device actually? There is a block or a fear when you see a device, and then how do you operate the device? How am I going to interact? They are moving away from a situation which was realistic to something that's going to be artificial. So they too face a lot of blocks from within. So we have to ease out that situation. We have to show them how the device works, and what are the norms of learning? How do you learn when the teacher asks a question? And then probably you can help them with, creating or designing some small, programs related to painting, drawing, art, something like that, where you design and help them also create certain things. Okay, this is in a small way you can, which I used to do with my granddaughter.
Okay.
So I used to make her, design small things. I used to give her the paintbrush program, and I would ask her to paint and involve her. So in that way, but then when it came to a classroom situation, there was a little bit of stiffness. So when I look at mind space, I look at mind space that gets blocked because of that. And that fear has to be eased out. That stress has to be eased out. There should be no anxiety within the child who finds teaching, learning a barrier, and probably develops a negative attitude towards the subject or towards education totally. So that level of comfort, that's why I talked about a conducive atmosphere with proper ergonomics, and then making the child feel comfortable in the arms of the mother or the father, especially if the child is very small, especially in the preschool. Yes. So this makes teaching, learning an enjoyable process for the child. And often they get virtually distracted too. When they are within that setting also, you find a lot of distractions. How do you involve the child when there are distractions of such a nature in a classroom setting? Or otherwise also, I find children are edgy today. I find my grandchildren very edgy, which they were not. They're very compatible and beautiful children, but now I find them a little edgy, a little bit stressed every time, uploading of assignments, and so many, even higher KG children have their assignments to be uploaded, and the parents face that stress.
We are running short of time. Could you please?
Yeah, and then, a lot of physical exercises. Someone talked about yoga, talked about meditation, talked about aerobic exercises that could be spaced in between. I don't know. I've talked about, of course, the academic side of it. I've not looked at the grassroots side where children can be involved, probably because of my lack of experience related to a school situation. Okay. This is only my personal and a little bit of an academic touch that I could give to the topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And in fact, if I cover the whole talk here, the only message with in my hand remains, and that it is parents who need to get themselves educated, is the teachers who need to get educated to keep the children in their present moment. And I have a very good expert here. With a question, I'll call her here in. I would welcome Dr. Chinu with the question that, madam, what normally is happening is the present moment are not always pleasant. Present moment are not always acceptable. And sometimes the present moments are awful, even for the parents and teachers also. Now, in that situation, how would you advise the parents and teachers to defy your own experiences and help child remain in his or her present moment? Dr. Chinu.
Thank you, Dr. Nagpal. A very stimulating discussion, especially I was so delighted to listen to Ashok Kamalji, the way he, enumerated his experiences, and it was such a rich array of things that he said, and of course all the other speakers as well. Before I answer your question, Dr. Nagpal, I want to give the audience a perspective of what is actually connecting with the present moment. So, just a second, I'll have to attach my laptop to the battery. Yes. So, when I say connecting with the present moment, and as we call it as mindfulness in psychology, and now we have got a 2-year postgraduate program in Oxford University just on mindfulness. And we have many kinds of mindfulness practices which have been incorporated into various branches of psychotherapies, especially the third wave psychotherapy. So we have to understand mindfulness before we can help ourselves or children with it. Basically, the definition of mindfulness is to engage with the present moment. It is a special way of giving attention to this present moment, which is non-judgmental and compassionate. It is just awareness, being as is, जैसा है वैसा का वैसा. तो अब आपका जो प्रश्न है प्लेजेंट, अनप्लेजेंट, ऑफुल, ये सब अपने आप ही निकल गया, क्योंकि जैसा है वैसा. प्लेजेंटनेस, अनप्लेजेंटनेस, ये सारी जितनी भी चीजें हैं, ये हमारे सेंसेस से परसीव की हुई चीजें हैं. और माइंडफुलनेस में हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम दृष्टा भाव को जागृत कर रहे हैं, जहां पर, इसके लिए मैं एक एनालॉजी देती हूँ इसको समझाने के लिए. जैसे आप एयरपोर्ट पर खड़े हैं, अपने सामान का लेने का इंतजार कर रहे हैं, और वहां पर एयरपोर्ट पर कन्वेयर बेल्ट के वहां आप खड़े, और ऐसा होगा, देखना आप ही का बैग नहीं आएगा, सबके बैग आते रहेंगे. और फिर आपके पास क्या चाह रहा है, आप खड़े रह के और दूसरे बैगों को देखते रहते हो. कोई बड़े सुंदर कलरफुल बैग्स आते हैं और अलग अलग शेप्स के, और वो सब बैग्स आ रहे हैं. आपको ये बैग्स अच्छे लग सकते हैं, आप उनको बड़े ध्यान से देख सकते हो, पर क्या आप ये बैग उठाकर अपने साथ ले जा सकते हो?
Yeah, not even if I wish.
Yes. इसी तरह से वो जो कन्वेयर बेल्ट है, वो देखो लगातार चलता जा रहा है, चलता जा रहा है, चलता जा रहा है, जिसके ऊपर ये बैग्स रख रहे हैं, पर ये बैग उस कन्वेयर बेल्ट का है नहीं. It doesn't belong to that conveyor belt. If we understand our mind as an instrument, जिसके ऊपर ये थॉट्स आते जाते रहते हैं, ये उसके नहीं है. हमको उन थॉट्स के साथ एक चित्त नहीं होना है. प्लेजेंटनेस, अनप्लेजेंटनेस, ऑफुलनेस, ये तो इस मोमेंट में है, अगले मोमेंट में नहीं है.
Correct.
ये तो चेंज होता रहेगा। तो हमको क्या करना है? हमको केवल सीसीटीवी कैमरा बन जाना है, जो देखता सब कुछ है, दृष्टा है, ऑब्जर्वर है, पर अपनाता किसी को नहीं है। अब ये क्वालिटी बच्चों के लिए क्यों जरूरी है? इतना ज्यादा डिस्ट्रैक्शन सब कुछ होने के बावजूद उनके लिए हमने टास्क बड़े बड़े रखे हुए हैं। You have to concentrate in spite of feeling like going and drinking water in the middle of your online class. You have to keep sitting there. In spite of feeling like going and watching the TV, you have to keep sitting there. In spite of going and wanting to go and play with your siblings, you have to keep sitting there. So we have given them a big task, but have we trained them to be there? So meditation के दो पार्ट्स है। ये मेडिटेशन के इनफैक्ट 112 टाइप्स है। शिव पार्वती का जो डायलॉग है वहां से ये आता है, और माइंडफुलनेस भी वहीं से आता है। तो एक है फोकस करने वाला मेडिटेशन, जहां पर एक चीज पे फोकस करना सिखाया जाता है। वो बच्चों के लिए मुश्किल है, इनफैक्ट एडल्ट्स के लिए भी मुश्किल है। जो दूसरे टाइप का माइंडफुलनेस है, जहां पर यू जस्ट हैव टू बी अवेयर, let the thoughts come and go, let the feelings come and go, and just be with your breath, or be with your sound, be with the sight. That's all. If you can help the children do that, and there are many activities. Today we are running out of time. Maybe once we can have a full 1 hour on mindfulness.
I propose a separate session for this. This is somewhat like we need it. Thank you so much, Dr. Chinu.
Thank you so much.
I'm having Madam Ravi Vijayam also with me. May I call her for a brief remarks on the topic?
The discussion was very profound, Nagpalji. All of them spoke really well and from experience. So no, it matters very well. But then I would say that things are better said than it's very difficult, because today's children are going through tremendous stress and pressure. The good old days when we brought up our children, we did so many things, our parents did several things. Those are all zamana hai. That was something different. But now, today's children, we can't even compare ourselves with the stress our kids are going through. So, and also, so I think that, like what Madam said right now, just accept as it is and leave it as. Everybody comes with a karma baggage. The good parents come with a good karma. Bad children come with a bad karma, and they are born to good parents, and mutually they compensate their karma. This is what I would say. Things have to settle by itself. I seriously do not know whether there is anything that would help our present day children, especially when they are going through this kind of a stress. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now it's time to invite our creative director, Anita ji, to put light upon a lot of topics, specifically the conclusion part of today's webinars, and then we'll go on about itself. But before that, I seriously thanks each and every individual who had been on this platform, from all those Manthan series, from the bottom of the heart. Thank you so much. And Anita ji, the stage.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nagpal. और चीनू मैम ने एक बहुत अच्छी जो प्रेजेंट मोमेंट की बात कही, मुझे इससे एक बात समझ में आ रही है कि बच्चों को हमें सिखाना चाहिए कि हम पेरेंट, टीचर्स जो भी है, बड़े हैं, वो सिखा सकते हैं। पर सबसे बड़ा जो सवाल आज के पूरे टॉक के बाद जो आ रहा है, वो मुझे ये आ रहा है कि हम बड़े खुद कितना प्रेजेंट मोमेंट में रहते हैं। अगर मैं ये कहूं कि एक पूरे दिन में 24 आवर्स होते हैं, 1440 मिनट्स होते हैं, 86,400 सेकंड्स होते हैं, इतने सारे टाइम में से हम प्रेजेंट मोमेंट में कितना रहे। और अगर ये सवाल यहाँ पे हमारे जितने भी हमारे मित्र लोग बैठे हैं, अगर मैं उनसे सवाल करूं तो शायद वो काउंट नहीं दे पाएंगे कि हमने कितना टाइम प्रेजेंट मोमेंट में जिया, क्योंकि हम या तो पास्ट में जी रहे होते हैं या फ्यूचर में जी रहे होते हैं। तो इसी को सोचते हुए मुझे लगता है कि सबसे पहले तो हम बड़ों को सीखना चाहिए, हमको रहना चाहिए। तो उसके लिए जो सबसे मूल मंत्र मुझे कहना चाहिए जो मैम ने दिया कि एक्सेप्ट द थिंग्स एज इट इज, तो मुझे लगता है कि बहुत हेल्प करेगा वो। इसी के ऊपर मैंने एक कविता बनाई थी कि क्यों बहुत जरूरी है वर्तमान में रहना। हर इंसान की इच्छा होती है अनंत और अस्थिर, हर इंसान की इच्छा होती है अनंत और अस्थिर, और भागता है वो भौतिक चीजों के पीछे। चाहिए कभी उससे बड़ा घर, बड़ी कार और जीवन में अधिक से अधिक आराम। इसीलिए वो रहता है हमेशा व्यस्त और बनाता है बड़ी से बड़ी योजनाएं, देखता है ख्वाब उन सभी योजनाओं को पूरा करने के, और इस जोड़ और घटाव में ही वो अपना पूरा जीवन बिता देता है। और इसी से वर्तमान में जीता नहीं, उठा नहीं पाता वो सुख वर्तमान के, जैसे कि खाना तो खाता है पर स्वाद नहीं ले पाता। ऐसा व्यक्ति क्या कभी संतुष्ट हो पाता है? बीता हुआ कल और आने वाला कल दोनों ही भ्रम है, एक का अस्तित्व रहा नहीं और एक अभी तक आया नहीं।
क्या बात।
इसीलिए केवल और केवल वर्तमान ही सच है, और वर्तमान में जीने से मिलता है सुख, जबकि कल्पनाएं देती है दुख। इसीलिए अतीत को भूलने का अभ्यास है बहुत जरूरी, और भविष्य की चिंताओं से भी हमें बना लेनी चाहिए दूरी, क्योंकि निरंतर चलते रहना ही है जिंदगी और मस्ती में रहना ही है जिंदगी। वर्तमान को जीना ही है जिंदगी, और सांसें जब तक है खुश होकर जीना ही है जिंदगी। धन्यवाद।
इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट हेमोत्सव अनिता जी?
जी बिल्कुल। हेमोत्सव कार्यक्रम, जैसा कि हेमा फाउंडेशन का हमारा एनुअल डे प्रोग्राम होता है, इसे हमने हेमोत्सव का नाम दिया है। हेमोत्सव कार्यक्रम हर वर्ष हम 25 जून को मनाते हैं। इस वर्ष भी 25 जून यानी कि परसों हम इसे मनाने जा रहे हैं बहुत लार्ज स्केल में। 5 बजे शाम को ये शुरू होगा। इसमें हमारे बहुत सारे डिग्निटरीज हैं जो आ रहे हैं ब्लेसिंग्स के लिए, जैसे स्वामी गोविंद देव गिरी जी पधार रहे हैं, जिनके मार्गदर्शन में ही हमने हेमा फाउंडेशन की शुरुआत की थी। उसके बाद में हमारे उपराष्ट्रपति जी वेंकैया नायडू जी हमें ब्लेसिंग्स देंगे। हमारे लोकसभा स्पीकर जो है श्री ओम जी बिरला, वो इस कार्यक्रम में चीफ गेस्ट के रूप में पधार रहे हैं। हरभजन सिंह जी जो कि क्रिकेटर हैं, बहुत फेमस क्रिकेटर हैं, वो जो एक हिम संपर्क मेगा क्विज कॉन्टेस्ट जो हमने 20 जून को किया था, उन लोगों को अवार्ड देने के लिए हरभजन सिंह जी इस प्रोग्राम में आ रहे हैं। हमारे बहुत सारे डिग्निटरीज हैं जिन्होंने जूरी मेंबर हमारे बने हैं, वो सभी वहां पर उपस्थित रहेंगे। बेसिकली ये एक सम्मान समारोह है इस वर्ष के लिए। जैसा मैं हमेशा बताती आ रही हूँ कि नैतिक मूल्य, मानवीय मूल्य जो कि जीवन में बहुत जरूरी है, और इन मूल्यों के लिए अगर देखा जाए तो भारतवर्ष में ऐसा कोई भी संस्था नहीं है जो इन वैल्यू को प्रोत्साहित कर रही है या सम्मानित कर रही है। नॉर्मली स्कूल्स जितने भी हैं, हमारे शिक्षकगण जितने भी हैं, वो बहुत कोशिश कर रहे हैं, बहुत एफर्ट करते हैं बच्चों के लिए वैल्यूज देने के लिए, पर उनको और एकेडमिक चीजों के लिए बहुत सारे अवार्ड्स मिलते हैं, पर उन्हें वैल्यूज के लिए कभी भी कहीं से कोई सम्मान नहीं मिला है। तो हेमा फाउंडेशन ने इसी वर्ष से ये शुरू किया है कि हम वैल्यूज के लिए उन्हें सम्मानित करें, जिनको वो एक्चुअली डिजर्व करते हैं। और मुझे लगता है कि बहुत जरूरी है हम सबके लिए, हमारे जो भारतीय हमारे भारत देश की जो विशाल संस्कृति रही है उसको अक्षुण्ण बनाए रखने के लिए इन नैतिक मूल्यों का सम्मान बहुत जरूरी है। तो हेमा फाउंडेशन ने इसके लिए एक कदम बढ़ाया है। आप सभी से विनम्र निवेदन रहेगा कि कृपया आप इस अद्भुत और अनोखे जो एक कार्यक्रम रहेगा, हेमोत्सव कार्यक्रम, इससे जरूर से जरूर जुड़े और सभी को सम्मानित करें। धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, Anita ji. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful conclusion and good vision for the future you have presented. Once again, yes, please.
वो हमारा जो नेक्स्ट
Yes, I forgot एक विषय हम इसी वैल्यूज के ऊपर ले रहे हैं। जैसा मैंने बताया कि वैल्यूज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो एक शुरुआत में मैंने बताया था कि 30 जून को हमारी हेम मंथन ये सीरीज एंड हो रही है, लेकिन इसको हम एंड एक स्पेशल वेबिनार के रूप में करना चाहते थे। तो चीनू मैम इसको मॉडरेट करने वाली हैं। वैल्यूज फाउंडेशन ऑफ ह्यूमन बिहेवियर, ये इसका विषय रहेगा। और इसके अंदर आप जो स्कूल है, जो संस्थाएं हैं, वो हमारे साथ कोलैबोरेट कर सकती हैं, जुड़ सकती हैं इस पर्टिकुलर वेबिनार के लिए। और हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे साथ ज्यादा से ज्यादा संस्था और स्कूल जुड़े, ताकि ये इस जो विषय हमने लिया है मूल्यों का, उसको हम सभी तक पहुंचा सके।
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you so much. And now let me come to the thanks part, not for only this webinar, not for only this churning of the brains, all those 20 Hem Manthan series we have done, the tremendous brainstorming we people have seen, and the kind of churning that has come out, and the kind of insights the people have presented. If you ask my experience, it is more than 30 books. It is more than 30 books. That was excellent idea, excellent execution, and I'm thankful. Hema Foundation, Hem Manthan is really thankful for each and everybody who in their any capacity was part of this Hem Manthan series. I hope you will take care of yours, and whenever we start or restart, you will always remain connected with the Hema Foundation, Hem Manthan, all those series. Thank you so much.
नागपाल जी, एक और विशेष बात, जब हमारा ये हेम मंथन का स्पेशल वेबिनार जो कि 30 जून को होगा, ये एंड होगा, पर पिछले वर्ष भी जब हमने 25 जून से ये सत्र शुरू किया था हेम वर्चूज में, हमारे जो भी आप तीनों यानी कि डॉक्टर नागपाल सिंह जो कि ALP एक्सपर्ट है एक्सेलरेटेड लर्निंग प्रोग्राम के लिए, एंड चीनू मैम जो कि साइकोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट हमें बताती हैं हर वैल्यू के पीछे का, एंड विजयम मैम जो कि हमारी एसोसिएट एकेडमिक डायरेक्टर है वैल्यू इंटीग्रेशन पे। तो हम हर वैल्यू के पीछे, इस वर्ष हमने 7 वैल्यूज को लिया है हेम वर्चूज में, पिछले साल हमने 9 वैल्यूज को लिया था। तो ये जो 7 वैल्यूज हैं, हर वैल्यू के पीछे 3 वेबिनार्स होंगे। स्टार्ट करेंगी चीनू मैम विद द साइकोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट, सेकंड उसी वैल्यू पे वेबिनार रहेगा विद द ALP डॉक्टर नागपाल सिंह, एंड उसी वैल्यू पे थर्ड बुधवार को वेबिनार रहेगा विद डॉक्टर विजयम रवि मैम, वैल्यू इंटीग्रेशन। तो एक ही विषय को हम 3 एस्पेक्ट में देखेंगे। तो ये जो बुधवार का हमारा सीरीज है 5 बजे का, कि स्टॉप नहीं होगा 30 जून के बाद भी। 30 जून के बाद अगेन जब 7 जुलाई आएगा तो हम ये हेम वर्चूज के वेबिनार से शुरू करेंगे। Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I hope I'm done with today's things and with all the courtesies. Thank you so much. I would request Arvindji or Hetalji to play the national song so that we can end. Thank you.